Hey there, my friends. We're going to talk today a little bit. We're going to continue to test out the studio. We're in actually one of my home offices that's different than the other one. This is the one that's actually in the master. So we're going to talk a little bit about making a positive impact. So I had posted today that if you can make a positive impact on one person, you've made an impact on the world. And if everyone followed this philosophy, the entire world would be changed for the better almost overnight. Often we try to impact everyone, and when not everyone is, we feel discouraged that we didn't accomplish enough. The key is you might be looking at the perspective the wrong way. Not everybody can be a guru and have thousands and thousands and millions of people following them, but often those individuals, they're making an impact, they're creating a movement. But if your impact was on one person and you only focused on changing one person's life, you're ignoring the fact that that person then goes on to impact other people, who impact other people, who impact other people. So it's the ripple effect, right? So you don't have to have a million raving people that believe whatever your cause is. If you can get one person to be passionate about the belief, then you really have created a ripple effect and you've changed who they are, how they interact with others, their family, their closest friends, the people that they impact. And so sometimes your focus is just bigger than it needs to be. And the reason I point that out to is it has so many implications to so many different things. So again, if you can make an impact on one person, then you have made an impact on the world. And so feeling like you failed because you haven't done that is looking at it the wrong way, right? So often I work with clients who they feel like, hey, I'm not having the impact that I'm looking for. I don't feel like people are listening to me. I don't feel like I'm having an impact. Especially when I deal with coaching or or authors or people who um, have an influence in whatever their specific area of expertise is. And they have these days or these times where they feel like they've just been a failure because they're not getting their message across. Again, if you've impacted one person, you've impacted the world. You just have to look at the net effect. And that net effect is that, hey, you've had the ability to impact one person who's going to impact everybody that they come in contact with, and it's the ripple in the pond effect. So that's what we're chatting about today is what do you think is important for you to make an impact on, and how many people do you think that that's impacted? And do you think it's important that you have to make an impact on a ton of people, or is it more important to focus on the most important people or the people that are right in front of you? That would be the question you should ask yourself. And if you feel like you're failing to get your message across, should you then maybe refocus on the one, which then becomes two, three, and that cascading effect? That's the question. What do you think the answer is? Do you find you're often that you're trying to push a message or push an idea or a thought that you purposely want things to get better and they just aren't getting better? Do you think that happens more often than not? Do you feel like you failed because you're not seeing immediate responses or immediate results? If that's the case, I would go back to what I said earlier and what I posted, which is if you can make a positive impact on one person, you've made an impact on the world. That's just how it works. It honestly is how it works. So working with clients, like again, would that get caught up in how the world is responding to their message, or maybe they're getting into social media and they're just not seeing enough likes or they're not seeing enough engagement. The truth of the matter is, focus on the one. Focus on the person in front of you or the group that's in front of you, and then trust that if you're doing a good enough job interacting and engaging with that group or that individual, that your message will get out there. And there are certainly other things that you can do to increase the growth and the expansion of that message, but recognize that you don't have to have a huge following and you don't have to necessarily and you won't necessarily see immediate feedback that your message is being delivered effectively. If you can just be honest about your message, you can come from the heart about your message, you can be you about your message will resonate. And if it just resonates with one person, you've done enough. Then go find your next one person and your next one person. And then pretty soon you have a tribe of raving fans. So, what are you an expert in? Or what are you passionate about? And what do you want to get across? And then who's your person? Who's your one person that you want to get that message across to? That's where your focus should be. Who is your perfect person? If you can hammer that down, you can be successful in any market, in anything that you want to be successful in. And then obviously learn from your mistakes, go back, optimize, make sure that you're doing it better the next time. We've all made lots of mistakes, certainly made plenty myself. The key is to be able to reflect on those and then make it a better experience for that individual, better hone your message, get your message more clear, more specific to who your target is. And then soon, before you know it, you're building your audience. So, again, this kind of ties in with what I put in today. If you can make a positive impact on one person, you have made an impact on the world. If everyone followed this philosophy, the entire world would be changed for the better almost overnight. Often we try to impact everyone, and when not everyone is impacted, we feel discouraged that we didn't accomplish enough. So you might be looking at the issue with the wrong perspective and expectations. Hopefully that adds a little bit more clarity to that. Um, Appreciate the opportunity to come live to you at this from the studio platform. A couple of different spaces in my home office. This one is different than the other one that has kind of a black background. Be bouncing around between the two of them. Um, Certainly put your feedback in here on what your one message is and who you're focusing on targeting. And if you've ever had any frustrations about how your message was not getting out there and it wasn't being retained or it wasn't resonating, uh, have you stepped back and really looked at focusing on the one and using that to move forward? Uh, Hope everyone's doing fantastic out there. Obviously, make it a great day and absolutely make it a great life. Thanks, everybody. Look forward to engaging with you guys here and there on different things from time to time. Thoughts of the day, life, leadership, uh, life lessons, things I've learned, mistakes I've made. Um, and hopefully that's insightful and helpful to you. So take care. Hope everybody has a fantastic upcoming week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.